Biji, Sam, Mathew. Contestant number 4, Biji, Sam, Mathew. Bridging change. Biji, Sam, Mathew. Contestant number 4.
Change happens the moment we ask the question, what better can be made? Noman Somani, a young innovator from India, he saw two issues which challenged him. Question number 1, which challenged him, was people sleeping on the street in winter without proper blanket. The second issue which he saw was textile waste of denim which was going into the dump yard. When he saw these two issues, he asked himself, can it be made better? And he took action. And he's created sleeping bag, warm sleeping bag, and started distributing it to people who were in need. And when change happened in their life, transformation happened in their life, this was something great which you could always cherish. So the question which he asked was, can it be made better? Good afternoon, contest chair, fellow Toastmasters, and guest. Good afternoon. Srisha Ravindran, a mountaineer who recently summited Mount Everest, she stated, the mountain which I climbed, it has humbled me. It has shown me how vulnerable I am. Also, it has shown me the inner strength which I have to climb this great mountain. And this particular moment changed everything. She has advanced in her life. And the most challenging thing which she saw while climbing was the dead people who just lost their life just before reaching the summit, just because they had lost their resolve to climb further. They lost their physical strength and mental strength to move further, and they perished. And their body couldn't be recovered back. So, change is inevitable. That is the reality of life. And that is the essence of life. And we need to embrace change. If we don't embrace change, we are set to perish. We all know love to see a wonderful butterfly. But there's a process of transformation which exists from a small egg to a pupa, to a cocoon, to a wonderful butterfly. And that's a transformation. If at any moment of time this transition stops, the potential of a beautiful butterfly stops. So it is inevitable that change is needed and it has to be taken care. We all find a wonderful place near us, the Dead Sea. People go there to swim. Why is it called a Dead Sea? It's a landlocked lake which doesn't flow. Just because it doesn't flow, the concentration of salt in that particular river is so high that nothing living can survive there. And so anything which doesn't move forward is tend to perish. So it is inevitable in our life that we take the step forward and challenge ourselves to move forward. And change is not disruptive. It is just the crossing. And to cross over, you need to build bridges. There are three bridges which we need to build. Bridge of clarity, bridge of empathy, and bridge of action. So let me explain what are these three bridges. Bridge of clarity. You need to ask question, why this change? Why it is needed? Why is the need for this change? When you address this, you can move further. Bridge of empathy. Why do we need a bridge of empathy? We deal with people. People have their fear. They fear of what is going to happen in my life. And when they take action, there's change which has happened. Then the third one is the bridge of action. There could be no change in any life without taking action. So without action, nothing happens. If you take action, there's only two options with two outcomes. Either you're successful or you have a failure. If you're successful, enjoy it, embrace it. If you're unsuccessful, recalibrate and move on further from there. And that's the thing. And to explain this, I'll just put two of my personal experience in your friend. One was my colleague who had to be transferred from our department to a different department. When we addressed this issue to him, initially he had his inhibition. Why should I change? But when we addressed the case to him with empathy, with clarity, and why this is needed, he was able to move. Next is a personal story of mine, wherein my daughter, after completing her 12th, I had to move her to a place called Delhi, where I have no friends, no family, no one known there, and she had to move there. And this is the first time in life my child is moving out of our home. And I had my fear. What will my child do there alone? How will she survive? Can she survive there? But the beauty is that when we addressed her fear, when she said, Dad, I don't want to go back. Can I stay here and study? I said, child, my dear child, this is your future. You have to take ownership of it. You need to understand what is good, what is bad. You decide, I'm with you. If you want to study here, well and good. If you want to move, I'm with you. Then she questions. Then she addressed, okay, this is something which I need to do. This is my dream, college, which I've got admission. So I need to move in. So when it was addressed, she had absolute clarity on it. She was able to do the first check mark. What is the second one? With empathy. When she understood, her father is with her for everything. Any decision she takes, her father is with her. She accepted it. The third one, she took the action. It was her life. She took the action to move further. And that made the change. Currently, she's studying in Delhi. So this is how life is. You need to act. You need to acknowledge that there is change which has to happen. And you need to act on it. And always ask, can something be made better from my life? And then change happens. Thank you. Over to contest.